Hello, this is Tammy Pie, and this is just me playing with decks. So, I spoke with a friend this morning, and she mentioned that she was thinking about purchasing a business, starting a business. And we had kind of a medium length conversation about it. And I really think she wanted to ask me to do a reading about it, but didn't want to bother me, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to start with, did my friend want a tarot reading and was afraid to ask? All right, so here we go. This is the Soul Cats Tarot. The book is by Leeza Robertson, or maybe she came up with the concept, but the art is by Adam Ohlers. So here we go. I'm just going to read this freestyle. 4 Wands. It seems like she's very excited about this new opportunity. There it is, Page of Pentacles. And she's really on board with it. She's beginning to get all the business plan going. She's already spoken to the owner of this business about buying it. They've already come down on the price. And so, yeah, I think she does want me to do a little reading. The Page of Pentacles gives me that extra message of the wheel. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and may come to be, may not come to be, but could be a lucky moment in her business life. So I'm going to pause here for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so from these cards, I would say, yeah, she kind of wanted a reading, but it looks to me like that business might really be happening. So this is the Phenomena Oracle by Jessica Bott. And I'm going to use this Phenomena Oracle to come up with like maybe some key questions or situations that might come up in this beginning business venture. And then we'll pull from the Bott deck. So I'm going to take 3 cards and just put them at the top. Tsunami, Crystallize, and Snow. Let's, you can kind of see where she's going with all these, but Tsunami is overwhelmed, catastrophic, and can have repercussions. Crystallize, create, solidify, become. And Snow is tranquil, stillness, silence. Okay, so let's take the Bott deck, do a little shuffling. And see where we land with it. Underneath this Tsunami card, what might be overwhelming? And if she is getting into something that maybe she can't handle, because that's what a tsunami is, right? It's that great big holy shit moment. And I mean, there's always a certain amount of risk in starting a business, right? And one of those risks, especially if you're using your own money, is that the whole thing could just go lopsided, right? You might purchase this business from this person who, all it really is a storefront. She's actually going to turn it into something completely different. Okay, so I am going to split the Bott deck in 3. And then I'm going to take 3 cards for each oracle. So we've got 3 of herbs, rosemary, the 9 of mushrooms, red cage, and the ace of herbs. Okay, so what do we have here? Rosemary, hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Herbs. So rosemary is one of those herbs. It can be kind of, some people like it and some people don't. But also, it kind of works with everything. You can put rosemary in soup. You can put it in salad. You can eat it raw. You can cook with it. You can put it in cookies, for heaven's sake. I've seen it in cookies. Now, this business that my friend is talking about opening is something that everyone needs. It could be really useful. It could be hugely useful to the community that she's in. Okay, so the next card we have is the 9 of mushrooms, red cage. 9s are typically, how I look at 9s is kind of an expert. So this is an expert at, how mushrooms are, when what you see at the top is only the top of it. Really, this is talking about networking and how one of the things that she might find overwhelming is the fact that in order to run a business in a small town, it's a small town, but it's a small town with a lot of money in it, it can be overwhelming to do this kind of networking. One of the reasons why she moved to this small town is because she was tired of dealing with all the peopling that she was doing in her current job. So finally, we have the ace of herbs, which is a basil plant. And basil, to me, basil is overall friendly. I really like basil, and I think that it improves just about anything you put in it. So I think that even though this could be tricky and hard, I think it is an overall good thing. Okay? So let's pull 3 cards for crystallize. So we have the ace of tea. We've got the 10 of poisons. And we have the sun from the trees. Okay, so crystallize, let's just look at crystallize for a second. Get the keywords again. Create, solidify, and become. So these are big words in the creation of a business, right? Ace of plants, this tea plant. This is something that there are many varieties of. It can be used wet or dry. It is usually, though, you gotta spend some time with tea. It needs to be dried and prepared. You need to measure it carefully. So I am going to say that this is a planning card. So what she needs to do to get this business off to the correct foot, to crystallize her plans, she needs to understand that it's going to take a little time to grow it, to dry it, to prepare it, and to steep it. And then it can be a really wonderful thing. But we have this 10 of poisons that comes up afterwards. And I'm just going to look at the 10 of poisons here in the book. And 10 is going to be a doorway. 10 is going to be a card of change. So, 10 of poisons, tobacco. Why am I not in the right place? Okay, here we go. Obsession, addiction, infatuation. Ooh, that's interesting. Tobacco has been used as a drug for thousands of years. It contains nicotine, which is not highly addictive. It is also extremely poisonous and has killed millions of people. Due to tobacco's addictive nature, it is a highly profitable crop. The need for more field hands to harvest tobacco in the American South helped start a slave trade. So interesting. This is both, her business may be something that is useful to people, that can help people, that people get really excited about. And she needs to be careful that it isn't an obsessive thing. She needs to remember to guard her freedom. So this last card, this is a major arcana card. So this is something that perhaps she can't have too much control of. I've drawn this card a few times, so I know it pretty well. Furzy is, this is a tree, which is actually kind of a brush. It's something that can overtake if you're not careful, which is interesting as the sun card, because although it looks like the sun and is quite beautiful, if you're not careful, the furzy plant can take your whole yard over. Okay, so we want to make sure that as you're making this business plan, as you're figuring things out, you also figure out some work-life balance. Okay, so we're going to pick the 3 cards for snow, and snow is going to be quiet, soft. This person that I'm talking about, my friend, she does need that time to be away. She is, even though her business is with people, it's a service industry business, she also is kind of an introvert, and she's the kind of person that needs to recharge by getting away. So I'm going to pull the 9 of carnivorous, the Knight of flowers, and the Wheel of Fortune, the money tree and trees. Okay, so here we go. We've got a carnivorous plant. So in business, we do realize that sometimes it can really overtake your life, especially at the beginning. So what is the advice that this flower gives? Carnivorous. Okay. The yellow trumpet is the 9. Overwhelm, defeat, and oppression. The opening of a pitcher of yellow trumpet tempts insects with nectar that has been laced with coneine, a toxin that paralyzes its prey. The intoxicated insects then slip down the waxy surface of the upper tube and are trapped by the downwards pointing hairs inside the plant, forcing them lower to their death. So Perhaps she needs to realize that in starting this business, she's giving up a lot of solitude. The Knight of Flowers, this is like a Knight of Cups, okay? And the rose, everybody loves the rose. It's very important. So many people may see this business and encourage her and want her to begin, but maybe she needs to take advantage of that. I see the Knight of Cups as one who kind of takes advantage of people's affections. Maybe she wants to take advantage of that right away, action, so that she can get people to invest their time and invest their money in her business, so she's not losing her solitude completely, so she can have a minute to recharge when she needs to. At the end, we got the Wheel of Fortune again. Remember, we had the Wheel of Fortune before, and that is the money tree. This shows me that despite this loss of solitude and the fact that she needs to then network with people, she is also starting a business that seems to be very lucky and very kind of on point and in the moment. I think this is exciting. If she were to ask if I pulled cards, and she will, I would say, this business looks good, but maybe get some other people to help you out with it. So let's just do a simple predictive reading. I'm going to draw 3 cards and ask, is my friend going to succeed with this business? Is she going to get it started and do well? So we got a medicine, a spice, and the 3 of poisons. A lot of medicines are also poisons. So 8 of medicines, wild sage. 8s are, I think this is when your structure is so structured that you can no longer see on the outside of it. So it may be that she is wanting to start something so badly that she's not seeing the negative consequences outside of it. 4 of spices, cacao. Again, this is a, well, 4s are stability. So 4 and cacao can be used just about in everything. It can also be medicinal, but it turns into chocolate. So the advantages of chocolate, everybody likes chocolate. Disadvantages of chocolate, it is hard to produce and expensive to do it correctly. The 3 of poisons, you. Interesting. So whether or not she gets this business started, it may be that she's creating a toxic atmosphere. So that is quite interesting. And I would say on the whole that this is yes, but that it will be a contentious beginning. So what do we do when we're unsure? We pull a clarifier. Let's pull a clarifier from the phenomena. Landslide. Okay, well, this is something that needs to happen, but it may run you over. It can be quite dangerous. Interesting. Thank you for coming.